everyone, this is Late Night's Blog. I am your host, Commander Guts, and to my side is LBV Will. Say hi, Will.
Hi.
Alright, so we're going to talk about PAX Prime. Let's see here. Start off with what we liked. What'd you like about PAX?
I like the indie game that I tried out, The Bridge. It was really awesome.
Sorry about that. We have technical difficulties. We have a broken laugher in the background. Anyways, there's a lot of lines at PAX. I hated that. But, you know, with every PAX, the lines seem to get bigger. But there was a lot of stuff to play, a lot of, fun games. We had indie games. We had all these new mainstream games, Battlefield 4, the new Xbox console, and a new PS4. We had the WildStar ESO. So, let's talk about the main stuff first, the most anticipated. What did you think about WildStar? What was your first approach to that?
I didn't even
you didn't even play it?
To it.
All right, well, I got to play a little bit on it. I got hands-on with the game, and it was pretty fun. I mean, if you like World of Warcraft, same style, just different theme. There's a different world. They got a good story. It takes place kind of like future cartoony look to it, but it is a World of Warcraft feel of the game. Did you get to play Elder Scrolls Online?
No, I saw you guys go to it though.
Yeah, we got
that
to play
was
that
like
one.
A 3-hour line.
Yeah, a 3-hour line for that one.
God,
I know. I had to get her to get me lunch while I was waiting in line. So.
Like all the mainstream games, it took like a long time to get into. I remember you were at the Rome.
Rome 2. That was a long time too.
Yeah.
But yeah, ESO. So it's really nice. They actually integrated the first person like they have in Chivalry and the original Skyrims in the game. It's pretty cool. Everything's nice. They let you design and feature or customize your features on your character, but it's a little limiting because in the original Skyrim you can kind of move your nose bigger, wider, your eyes droop them, whatever. This one you have like a triangle,
Okay.
and you have to move the circle in the triangle. One's like dominant, one's recessive, and then one's like complexion. So it kind of like mixes of the three.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I don't like that. I prefer the original look to it.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, the game was pretty fun. I got to play with Liza, and I got to play with Rena, and we got to test it out. All three of us. We all ended up splitting up ways and doing our own thing. Anyways, It was pretty fun. Gameplay was pretty much the same, except one thing worried me a little was the damage. I was attacking like a Draugr from the original Skyrim. I'd hit it like 20 times before it died, and I was like, man, huh.
What's a Draugr?
Draugur's like a zombie kind of skeleton.
Oh yeah.
And I also fought a wolf. Apparently, it takes a grown man to hack a wolf.
So does that mean there's necromancy in this
10
game?
times. Oh yeah, there's different types of sorceries in this game. It's Elder Scrolls Online. It's going to be everything combined: Morrowind, Skyrim, Cyrodiil, all of them. Now, it does break immersion when you're hitting a wolf like 20 times for it to die with a sword, because you're used to like realistic things. If you hit like a dog with a sword, yeah, it's not gonna be too happy. But it kind of breaks immersion. I wish they can kind of fix it up, but it was beta, so that might not be the final thing. I hope they change the DPS, damage per second, or damage per swing, and that will definitely change my opinion on Elder Scrolls. But otherwise, I wouldn't mind getting it.
Oh really?
Honestly, wouldn't mind getting it. I mean, it seems like a fun game. She wants to get it. The noise in the background,
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely would love to try it out. Now, another one was Battlefield 4. We got to try that out. They didn't have it for PC. They had it for not the 360, the Xbox One. But it kept crashing, and they kept opening the cabinets to the console, and we keep seeing PCs. So you tell me, is it Xbox One or PC? Either way, Battlefield 4 was pretty fun. This pretty much Battlefield 3 with a little bit boost in graphics, and you can do a lot more stuff. Damage all the buildings and whatnot. It did crash a little bit with multiplayer, so we'll see. Hopefully they'll tune that up since PAX. But let's see what else. Titanfall was also a big line for that. I didn't even get to play that one. They closed it off every time I went to go.
I know that game was one of the games I was looking forward to. I saw like the trailers for it.
Yeah, that's all I got to see too.
Oh yeah, the trailers are awesome.
Yeah, but I got to see a couple minutes of gameplay, and it was pretty fun just watching. You get to run around buildings. You get to use your jetpack booster to boost. If you're running along a building, and then all of a sudden you have to run against the side, jump off, use your jetpack to boost you to the next building, and then you just kept fighting. You just kept shooting. And then you have the mech warriors. They're not like, danger. Slow to move and attack. They're actually pretty fast paced, like Gundam almost. Pretty fun game by the looks of it. I do want to check that out eventually. If it comes out for PC, I'll definitely play that on PC.
It's first coming out on the Xbox One, right?
Xbox One. I don't know if it's coming out for the 360, but I know for a fact it will be on the Xbox One. Now, let's see here. What's next on our list? PAX. It's getting really big, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, PAX, almost. They had, apparently there was a Halo competition I didn't even know about in Benaroya Hall, which is like 5 blocks away. They got to really find closer stuff for us. And the indie games, apparently there was on Sunday only, or maybe it was Saturday only.
Well, they had it in the main hall on the 6th floor. I remember they put it in the corner, and it was all indie games. But
those are different indie games. They had
I know. Like on the Sunday, it was a 1 day only thing, and it wasn't even part of PAX. It was a separate event. Remember, like it was called Independent.
It's the Act Eater. Yeah, I remember that. I remember like some guy was passing. If it wasn't for this guy on the corner of the convention center in Seattle, passing out these flyers, like, hey, did you want to try the indie games? I'm like, yeah, they're on the 6th floor, aren't they? They go, no, these are other ones just around in the corner in the building in the Act Eater. I'm like, what? How come that's not in the flyer? How come no one's mentioning this? It's like, I want to try indie games. I would love to play them.
I mean, it was kind of good and kind of bad at the same time because, I mean, there was a lot of good games in there that I wanted that should have the exposure they deserve.
There's a lot of good games.
But at the same time, it was nice to be walking around at the bottom area and then all the games were available to you right then and there.
That was a good perk. We were the first ones to show up at the indie games on Saturday. And there was no line. It was just us two.
So and we got to play all the games.
Every indie game there. There was no line. And a couple of the games I got stuck on. I was just playing. I was like, zoned out. And I'd be like, huh.
I remember we played that one train game. I didn't even know why we got in there. We were just like tapping on the train and you're supposed to... Is it like snakes? Or what?
Yeah. It's similar to snakes. But, yeah.
It was like you're trying to get your own... you're trying to get all these territories.
More
points, but I didn't know like what's.
It's the rolling ball you're talking about that kind of rolls on the land and changes color. And
I guess so. But anyways,
kind of like a train though.
That game, I don't even know how we got to it. We just got stuck on it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of games that we got stuck on, but sticking to topic for now.
Oh yeah.
Scalpers. There was a crap load of scalpers out there.
Do you remember like every day when you walked out the door, there would be a person with a sign saying, "Hey, buy your ticket for $15, $20 and selling tickets."
And they'd hold them out just like this. And they'd just hold them out like, hey, I got a ticket.
Man, that made me so mad, especially since like there are a ton of people that wanted to get the tickets. They
go to Craigslist and they pay like $100, maybe $200.
Oh my god! I was looking at it and I was willing to buy like a $70 ticket for a Saturday.
Still only money for the other facts.
Yeah, and that's a $40 profit for that person.
I'm just saying this is a little hectic. I mean, it wasn't as bad as last year, but this year was really bad. You had cab driver just, hey, I'm on my break. Yeah, I'm selling 10 PAX tickets.
Yeah, but I was like, I also at the same time like the ability that we can purchase it online.
That is really cool.
And then,
but this Craigslist, all these Craigslist guys, stop buying your stuff on Craigslist. If there's going to be scalpers, and most of them, I don't think anyone had any phony badges. So
I mean, that's nice.
Just stick to the scalpers really on the outside, rather than those Craigslist, who double, triple the price even.
I know.
It's ridiculous. I just hope they can just contain the area, or maybe even get a bigger site for PAX.
I know the site should be huge.
Maybe I was thinking maybe they could try something with the Safeco Field.
But they were at the convention center.
Yeah, the convention center is pretty big.
But I mean, that's where we have SakuraCon, and we have a large map. But I gotta admit, PAX is
getting bigger.
Yeah,
SakuraCon's big, and it's always been decent size, and it's been growing still. PAX all of a sudden blossomed in the past 5-4 years.
You know what really upset me though? It's like there's all these games being shown off, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was people on the second floor just chilling, playing Pokemon tournaments, they didn't go anywhere. They just sat on the second floor in their little chairs, and they were just playing Pokemon tournaments. I mean, I have nothing wrong. I have no problem with you playing Pokemon games, but I was like, there's so many new games that are coming out, so many people that want exposure, and this is their only avenue. And
I just love Pokemon. I just love Pokemon.
Man, if Poopy sees this, he's gonna kill us.
Yeah. It is what it is, though. All right, moving on. Let's move on. We've talked about our most anticipated mainstream games out there. We talked about PAX Prime Roundup. Hopefully next year it'll be a little easier. Man, buying tickets was pretty bad. We had to wait in like a 2-hour queue. The queue.
We couldn't even get the
Limbo.
4-day pass. I would have taken that in a heartbeat.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So those were gone instantly, pretty much, and it's random, and that's cool. It keeps scalpers from knowing when to go and when to call off so they can buy these tickets to scalp. So yeah, in a sense, there's really no beating it. Yeah. There really is no way to beat it. So good on you, PAX, for trying. Hey, you're trying new ways and new ideas. So hey, good on you. The queue was a little dreaded. The servers must have been flooded. So I don't blame you. Now let's talk about the next indie games. We talked a lot about all these games we got to try on Saturday. Let's see, I guess you want to do this in any order, or just grab at it, anyone?
Okay.
Buddy and Me. I don't know if you can see this. Buddy and Me. I guess it's backwards. Whatever. I'll post a picture on. Buddy and Me. Let's see here. An endless adventure about friendship. Now we got to play the beta on this, and it's going to be for iPhone, Android. You get to play. You play as this creature here, or sorry, the kid on the creature, and the creature is kind of like your guardian, and you're running through this dream, and it's pretty cool. You're just running like Sonic style gameplay, and then when you do a long jump, he'll come and grab you and pull you along, and then once you get back to the nearest part of land, he'll drop you off and go back around and fly around you, and it's pretty fast paced. Sonic. Loved it. It was,
It reminds you a lot about Sonic, obviously.
Yeah, it reminded me of Sonic and Totoro put together,
Really?
Yeah, my friendly neighborhood Totoro. So
oh my gosh.
Kind of looks like him, Oh, bless you, noise in the background. Anyways.
Shouldn't you say that's our, other co-host?
Yeah, that's our other co-host, Linus45. She's also one of our gamers. Mm-hmm. Liza. Anyways, next game, Undead Overlord. This is actually a pretty good game, too. This game we got to play. I don't know, did you get a chance to play this?
I got to play that one.
So this is going to be for the tablets, and this is going to be for, I don't know if it might be for mobile. It could be for mobile. I know it's going to be for the Kindle and the iPad and PC game. It's a strategy game where you play as the undead. What you do is you kill the living, civilians, police, military.
It's an RTS, right?
Yeah, RTS. So you'll select your unit and you'll go attack other people, and they'll attack them. You'll build your swarm. As every living person dies, they'll come back as a zombie. But once your zombie dies, it's gone for good.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's challenging if you have 3 guys and there's 5 of them with guns. So yeah, you don't want to be able to prioritize your targets as the Undead Overlord.
When I was watching you play it, though, I saw you had another ability, you could sacrifice your.
Oh zombie. Yeah, and as you level up. As you get from the easier to harder levels, you can mutate your zombies into stronger, faster, or even wicked style zombies.
Oh man,
psychic power zombies.
I had to admit, when I saw that game, I wasn't sure about it, but I was that's the first game that I was looking at, and I was thinking, oh my god, I'm actually found my gateway to an RTS game.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, just point, click, attack. I mean, even if you don't do well, I mean, it's just fun to watch all these people. Oh, freak out.
It's a little bit sick though at the same time because we're actually taking out little families, police officers, and I was like, what kind of game is this?
Oh yeah, it's pretty fun though. I mean, when you go to look at it, I mean, it takes place in a rural area in say today if it happened just now. And then as you get to the harder levels, it looks more post-apocalyptic. It looks like, there's been battles, damage, there's hardly any life out there. Everyone's huddled up, look like, they're all homeless, trying to stick together and survive. So yeah, it definitely gets harder, and there's more weapons that they use, more armor, vehicles in the harder levels. So it gets harder, and it looks more like a zombie post-apocalypse.
And it doesn't really look like it has a story mode. It seems more like it gives you situations and how you react to them.
It is. It really is. Mm-hmm. And it definitely makes you think. Now another one we got to play, Redneck Assassin. Were you able to play that?
Yes.
What did you think about that?
Oh man, this is going to be available for mobile phones, I believe, and I think the game has a lot of work it needs on it. I mean, it's really interesting idea, really fun idea, and but they still have a lot of work to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
I had trouble moving around with the character, and it had an on-screen touchpad,
Mm-hmm.
so it was kind of difficult moving my character around and understanding exactly how to use the attacks.
Left 4 Dead, Trained by Sasquatch. Classic.
Oh, but it's kind of humorous because you play. The main character that I was playing was a deer in the beginning of the game,
deer.
And you're hunting cowboys and rednecks. So it's like the hunter
hunting the hunted.
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't
okay,
know.
it's switched roles there.
Hunted,
the hunted hunting the hunter.
I know, it's so interesting. I mean, I would take a look at this when they're further into their gaming.
So it was just beta.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like they were ready yet.
Most of these games we got to trade that were indie. They are mostly alpha. Now there's a couple of them that are finalizing their stuff. Some of them are actually starting Kickstarters. If you go to Kickstarter.org, you'll see a couple of these on the site. Now here's another one, Festival of Magic. I got to play this. You got to play this.
Yeah.
Now this is a pretty fun game. It's Final Fantasy style gameplay where you walk around with your character on the big map, and then you're under attack, and then you go to your turn-based style. You get your opponents here, and your character's here, and you'll take turns, equipping. Do a tornado attack, and do this attack, and then you use seeds and whatnot, and it seems pretty fun. It had a twist to it. You use seeds. Seeds were a big factor in these fights. They were ammo, they were food, and they helped your economy over there. And one thing I did hate about it was the camera angles. Wherever I walked, I was like, am I walking at it? And it's just like, your character's just stuck on a log or something. It's like, well, I can't see where I'm walking.
The only benefit I have, there's a lot of good things about the game. I mean, the art, everything about it is nice.
Even the story was pretty good.
And
original.
And they would have like a smoothness about it. And then I have to admit, it kind of feels like we're moving away from the old school RPG games. Mm-hmm. Like, the newest Final Fantasy game is more like real time. Like, you're running around and then you have sword attacks and then you...
Oh, yeah, like Fable and such.
Yeah. Okay. And then it's more like you're on the move and you make move commands and then the other characters follow them,
Yeah.
So, this makes me feel like I remember, Was it Wild Guns? Or Wild Arms? Yeah, Wild Arms and Final Fantasy old school style. And I kind of miss it, and I think this is going to be really fun. And when I talk to the guy...
Just got to fix those camera angles a little. At least a little lean, if you can lean towards the left and kind of get a different angle. Yeah. I mean, that definitely would help out. I mean, there was this one mission where we got stuck on, we couldn't beat it. If your character went in one direction, he'd pretty much die.
Oh, you're talking about when we got into that little...
Yeah, you had statues covering you because the sun was too hot or something. So,
no, that was just a minor problem. I mean...
But, imagine if that camera angle, if you could just turn your camera
you turn
just
your
a little bit, because you don't know where you're going because it's a side view, and it's like,
But I'm pretty sure they're going to get this going and it's going to do well. I mean, they said they're probably going to come out with an episode 1 sometime next year, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. A lot of these betas are actually coming out pretty soon, if they haven't already. Now, there's this other one, Voyager. This one's out. This is actually pretty fun. If you like Angry Birds, you'll like this. Now, what the goal of this one is, the Voyager is a phone app, and on your phone you'll click on it and you'll pull on almost like a button, like you would in Angry Birds as you're about to flick it off. But what you're flicking is the Voyager satellite, and as you flick it, your goal is not to hit targets but to fly by them, and still scan the planet, scan the star, scan the asteroid, whatever it is you're flying by, and your goal is not to hit anything, just to fly by, and it'll scan as it goes. It'll slow down and scan and then continue on. And if you scan it successfully, you'll get a bronze star, silver star, gold star. And if you hit something like right as you're scanning, whatever you scan is what you get. And if you don't scan at least a bronze star, then you got to redo it. So yeah, it's a pretty fun game. It's out already. If you like, planets.
What was that fun game that you guys were playing though at PAX? I remember you and Liza got that co-op game that you were playing.
Which one? There's a bunch.
Oh, really? No, it was on your phone apps.
Oh, yeah, that was already out, though. That was called Space Team.
Space Team?
Yeah, but you have to yell, like, hey, you look at your control, and it says what you have. Your little panel has, like, 5 things on there. And then your partner on their phone, Bluetooth connected, has their own set of controls. And you get controls that they have to switch, and you both have to yell back and forth, hey, turn on this switch. And then sometimes it might tell you what you have, so you have to really look. You're like, do I have it? No. Does she have it? Hey, look for this. Turn it on or turn it off. Turn it down. Turn it up. Whatever the fact that it wanted you to do, and you guys have to yell back and forth. And you have like a time limit, so you have like 10 seconds to do it. Otherwise, you lose the panel, and your ship gets more damaged until you get.
What was the game called though? Do you remember?
Space Teams. Was it called Space Teams? Noise.
What?
Space Teams, the one where you yell at each other for commands. I think it was.
Yeah.
Space Team. Check it out. It's for your phone. That's already out, though. We got to experience that at PAX. We got to play Assault Android Cactus. Now, this game is similar to that of, if you ever play Black Ops, the arcade version of the Zombie. Not the Zombie itself, but the arcade version where you walk around and you, like, point and shoot. Like, you just have unlimited ammo, you just shoot and constantly shoot. This is what this is. It's just robots instead. Robots shooting pretty much other robots. Your androids shooting cyborgs.
So you played the game? How did it feel?
Yeah, it's good multiplayer. I think it's 4-player. You can choose any character that you want. There's like a white, yellow, orange character. Kind of remind me of Fusion Frenzy. You played it.
Wait, I did play this game. Now I remember.
Androids. Remember androids? You play as an
Oh
android.
my god, I love those androids. You play like these little mini chimpette girls, and then you run around.
They're androids.
They're androids. Well, they're little cute, like, I don't even know.
Do you have a thing for androids?
No, but it was just, they look adorable. And then I was like,
His
you're
favorite-
shooting, and then you're fighting. And it's like, I had fun.
His favorite show is Chobits, by the way.
Oh, yeah, and it's a multiplayer, so I love that. Yeah. How did you know?
I just guessed. What else did you get to play? You got to play any other games? Oh, Repopulation Sandbox MMORPG. We didn't get to play it, but we did get to see some footage on it. Now this is pretty much sandbox. You get to run around, shoot people as you would in, like, say, a Halo game. But the problem with this is a sandbox. You equip, you customize your character, and you run around this place. And what you can do is you can offer and
repopulation.
because what you're doing is you're building onto the map.
Mm-hmm.
You're adding land to that. So you're adding your own bases. You're adding all this, and it wasn't
terraforming.
No, I wouldn't say. I would say repopulating.
Oh.
Would be better. It's in the title.
Mm.
It looks pretty fun. We didn't get to play it, but it definitely caught our interest. We look forward to seeing more of that in the future. It's an MMORPG sandbox style game. You can play as first-person shooter, and you pretty much collect stuff, customize your character, build the base, collect people to work with. You find every person you want to work with and people to avoid. You have to fight off monsters. It's very fun. Very fun. Another one we got to play. Join the fight. The Attack of the Blobs. Now this is an RTS where you play as a mad scientist. As he's your general. And you make these blobs. These blobs, in turn, will devour cars, devour people, and they'll take form of their traits. They'll take traits of their victims. So, like, if I have a car being absorbed by a blob, yeah, kind of like that, and it'll start to move faster.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's like a cop, it'll just have a long range ability for some reason.
I kind of want to see this game now.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. You get to play against other mad scientists who have blobs of their own, or just regular, people, the government, military fighting back, trying to beat your blobs back, and it's pretty fun. I mean, you get all these blobs, and they're pretty strong.
Oh man, this game though, I just saw only the trailer. Murdered Soul Suspect.
Soul Suspect.
Yeah.
I don't think this is an indie game. Yeah, we got to take pictures with this one.
I know. I don't know.
Soul Suspect. Murdered is not an indie game, but for this game, you get killed in the game, and you have to find your murderer in this game as a ghost. And so that's what this game.
We
is
took
about.
pictures of it.
Yeah, I got.
And we still haven't retrieved our pictures.
Oh, we haven't.
You do?
Yeah, Liza hasn't.
She found mine.
Yeah, the silence in the back.
She found yours though.
No, she found mine and yours.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow.
All right, another one we got to play was Yaiba, Ninja Gaiden. Now this one, I didn't really get too much of a gameplay with this, but this is like I want to say 2D style gameplay. We got to get some free shirts on that.
Is that an indie game?
It is an indie game. No. This is Ninja Gaiden 2. As it was. This is just not quite sure what this is, but the gameplay was very 2D. What I got to see, and hopefully we'll hear more from him.
This was it. See the Indie Mega Booth.
The Mega Booth. Yeah, that was on the
That
sixth
was
floor.
there. That was open all the time. It was large. A lot of games out there. It was kind of difficult because everyone was just ramming in through it, so you'd have a hard time to see what games you liked and try to play them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Another one we got to play was Ironclad. This is actually out now, so if you want to try that out, if you like Plants vs Zombies but Civil War style with mechs in the mix, definitely try that out. Mechs are pretty strong. They're very durable.
But Plants vs Zombies are still awesome. I mean, really good game. Just putting it out there.
I'm just saying, this is just a twist on it. It's got its own story. You know, it's very comic style for the story. Pretty cool. Very interesting. Very unique. Probably took a lot of time, a lot of drawing, a lot of concept. You know, check it out if you get a chance. I think it's on Steam for sale. So try it on Steam.
What is this game?
So pretty much, it's a very linear. You set a unit, whether it's a scout, infantry, or a mech, and they'll go across, and you're supposed to capture certain parts, certain territories, and hold them, and then try and get as many people across to the other side as you can. It's kind of like chess.
It does seem like, because I'm looking in here and they're trying to show you different tactics and modes.
Oh yeah.
So I have to admit, this is pretty.
Yeah, it was a very fun.
I kind of want to see
game.
what like the game mechanics look like and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, have you played Plants vs Zombies? Where the
I
zombies
love
go
Plants
across?
vs Zombies.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same thing.
I'm looking forward to Plants vs Zombie 2 right now.
Oh yeah. So another game we got to play was Fish and Crabs. That was probably one of the first ones we got to play. It was very fun. It's the tower defense style game. Your towers are certain fishes, certain sea animals, and you're supposed to protect your little nest. And you have all these eggs, a certain amount of eggs, and you'll have all these shrimp and crabs come around, you know, these tunnels and make their way to get your eggs, and they'll each grab one and walk away with it. And your job is to keep them from getting it. You'll have defenses to, you know, whether you have an octopus that grabs a crab and devours it, or you have one of those fishes that shoots little, I don't know, pearls, I guess, at the shrimp. Very fun, very cool. It wasn't pre-alpha, so, you know, we got to try that out. It had some hidden features where you have to find certain stuff while you're, you know, engaging in your tower defense, which helps boost your rate of collecting items. So, yeah, definitely a fun game.
What were the two games? Oh, the bridge and
there was this chess game.
Oh yeah, chess game.
That was pretty fun. It's like a small version of chess, and you're supposed to kill the pieces. You give certain scenarios, and you beat them, and that has a little story to it. So yeah, that's also pretty fun too. What was the other ones? The Tengami?
But I really wanted. I thought it was Tengachi. But what was the chess game's full name? Oh, I forgot.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't have anything left there.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
It's like Chess Night or something. Night Chess.
I don't know. But it was like they didn't follow all the rules of the chess game, but it was such an interesting way of.
Oh yeah, no, they did. They just had extra bonuses. So like a pawn, if you gave it like a boost from the king, you could just go forward and attack.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, this is
like it was not following the rules because like I remember I thought it was a rook. Remember?
Oh yeah,
it was a rook.
Right, it was.
And then I had a pawn, and then I shot it from the side.
Mm-hmm.
So and I was sitting there and I was like shocked because I was like, pawns can only go forward. How's it going diagonal? Or any of those other ways? And but it was interesting.
Very big twist on chess. Very fun. Very fun. What was the other one? There's Tengami.
Yeah, Tengachi, I think. Is it Tengami?
I think it was Tengami. Yeah. I didn't get to play it. Did you get to play?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It was awesome. It was basically a storybook notepad game. Basically, you move through the game and you, with your finger, you just able to move the book, and then your character would appear on the next page. And you have to, of course, walk him through it, because if you don't walk him to a certain location, and these were portals, then when you flip the page, you actually crush him. So I thought that was awesome.
Which were your top three, would you say, on these indie games?
Top three would have to be The Bridge was number one for me. That's already out. It's available on Amazon and Steam.
Gotcha.
And that game was awesome. It's basically you play, your main character is Isaac Newton, and you start off just like underneath a tree, and then the apple falls on your head, and then now you have an idea of how gravity works. You use I was using an Xbox controller, and I was going. What was it? The left bumper was you can move the gravity to the left side, and right bumper to the right. You didn't get a full concept until you got into the puzzle world.
But interesting. Very interesting.
I know. I was sitting there, and I literally went back to that booth and spent like 2 hours sitting there playing their video games. Because the guy that made the game brought the full game. And they were like, you could sit here and you could actually finish the game. And I was like, I'm going to sit down then. And they let me. And that was awesome.
Oh, yeah. What was the other one that I remember you and Liza got to play a game, and you guys were going crazy over some kick game.
Dive Kick.
Yeah.
Dive Kick was awesome through and through. Like, I heard about it. I was getting hyped about it from before it came out. I was hearing about it, and I was thinking, oh my god, this game is going to be super funny. Because, I mean, there's only 2 moves you can make, and it's just dive and kick.
Dive and kick. And
when I was hearing about it, I was like, wow, this is just a joke game. But I was thinking at the same time, this is a game that I could murder Johnny at, you know?
Johnny, what he means is a Cloud fan.
Yeah, Cloud fan. And then I was like, and I checked out the game, and then it just has so many, I don't know how to say it, like inside jokes, and basically the game clowns on you, and it's interesting how it does, like, if you, like, lose 4 times and you don't win, you get a fraud alert, and then you can get fraud if you lose.
That's funny.
I got choked because there was this insane battle where we got a double KO, and those suck. Double KO when you got like 10 people behind you and they're getting hyped up, and then you get a double KO on the final, the final battle basically. That was like sad days for me.
Finished each other off. That's funny.
And then I lost and I choked and I got stamped. But the game was awesome. The characters are really cool. I have to admit, I mean, most of them are just joke characters. Some of them are very interesting. I think the game is just through enjoyable.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a tournament, right? So you got to play, and your double KO was what finished the fight.
The double KO didn't finish the fight. Actually,
you had to go overtime.
And we had to go overtime, and then we got one more hit, and then.
And did you win or did he win?
He won.
Oh,
I choked. I kept saying I choked so many times. It's killing me.
Oh, it seems like a very fun game. Let's see. What my favorite would be.
If I was gonna give you guys any tips about going to PAX, don't stay in one area. Don't keep visiting the same hall and get stuck.
Bring friends.
In the mainstream areas, because like the mainstream areas, you're gonna be sitting there for 4 hours, hoping that you can get onto the Elder Scroll online. But there is so much more things you could do in PAX. So much more activities other than. Well, I mean, there were some great tournaments. I mean.
Oh yeah, definitely. The PC room was across in a different building, but it wasn't too far from the exhibition. So yeah, we got to play a couple tournaments there.
I think the only thing I really wish that PAX could do in the future.
I got this shirt playing Counter-Strike tournament. We won.
I wish they could do an overnight thing. You know, like how in SakureCon it's open all night.
Oh yeah, but they don't want to have. They have to hire separate people to stay there and watch the stuff.
Oh, the
enforcers.
I get it.
I'm guessing enforcers don't want to stay around. They might have to contract the security. Hey, you guys want to stay until midnight? And they're like, well, overtime.
Well, I mean, just for me, like, 3 days, 3 to 4 days feels like a really short time to actually.
Yeah, because you have to go back home or go back to your hotel. It's better if you're at a hotel because then you go back and as soon as you wake up, shower, get down there, or don't shower, and just go down there anyway.
I feel like because of the lines, because of how big it is, there was, and then the schedule. I didn't get to visit as many of the games that I wish I did get to visit.
And I didn't get to visit. Like I would say, overall, out of everything I could have done, I've played at least maybe 60%.
I probably played less because, man.
Yeah, you only got to play in the mornings and then you had to leave for work. I got to stay for the whole days of all 4 days, but I didn't. Eventually, I just got tired of the lines. I started taking my time getting there, and I cut down on the time I had there, and
And it kind of feels like they kick you out of the building, like after, even though when it's Fridays, they kick you out after 6 or something. Like after
it's after 6. The exhibition hall closes, and what happens there is pretty much everyone leaves because all they want to try is the newer games or beta games, indie games.
Yeah.
So all you're left with is classic gaming, console gaming, PC gaming.
Yeah. But I thought that, well, I mean, it's fair because the exhibition hall is closed at 6, so that the indie developers, the game developers, get a chance to get a taste of what we're trying out.
Mm-hmm. And as much as I like free play, I prefer trying out new games.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for a couple games coming out. So we'll see how all that turns out. Maybe next PAX we'll see some bigger stuff. Now the biggest thing we had about this PAX was the console wars. These new consoles. PS4, Xbox One, the one. Yeah. But you're fixing your stuff, so good on you for fixing your stuff.
I'm gonna come back to Xbox One when I can afford it. I mean, I really don't like the Kinect. I mean, that's the only
creepy
main
when they're
problem.
Watching 24 hours. Also, you say Xbox, and it goes, "Oh, I've been waiting for your call."
First of all, it was just bad timing. That's all it was. I mean, literally. They brought it out right out when Snowden came in, and so it's like, didn't work out for them.
You know what's funny though is,
I mean, I think it was just creepy when they stated in their conversation, "Oh, you know what? Your game's gonna know when you're sad." And then I was thinking at the same time, that's the creepiest thing you could tell a person. Why would I want my computer to know I'm sad? Is it gonna talk to me? Is it gonna tell me about my feelings? No. But it's gonna know, so that's weird.
And PlayStation made this mistake. When the PS3 came out, they were battling against the Xbox 360. Trying to keep up, and they came out with a bigger price, bigger specs. With all this sort of arrogance, and pride of what they're doing. Yeah, so we're raising the bar, so gamers' budget should raise too, and so are our specs and gaming.
Well, I mean, on their in their aspect, they were using Blu-ray.
Oh yeah,
when it first came out, and
they were using that everywhere.
And then I mean, like I liked the PS3. I loved everything about it. I thought that Xbox 360 was really just phenomenal in their Xbox Live because
Oh yeah,
I don't think anyone can rival them right now.
PS4 could not stand a chance. I mean, the only thing that could probably keep up with them would probably be Steam. Steam's probably the only thing, and they're coming out with their own console. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
They are coming out with it.
Yeah, and I got to see some specs on that. The controller is a little different than the regular Xbox controller or PS3, 4 controller. Instead of analogs, it has a touchpad, and you can press down onto the touchpad as like you would with an analog, except instead of an analog like sticking out that you push around, it has like sensors that you use for your thumbs. So it's
I don't know
pretty
if I'm
cool
gonna
feature.
like that actually.
Oh no, I like it. For yeah, you might have to stick to
because that was the same problem I had with that one indie game I was telling you about.
Touchpad?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you. I'll show you in a second. Now, also the Steam console is coming out. They're coming out with their own console and their own operating system. They're saying that it might be operable with Windows computers, so you can use Steam OS. And you can do a lot of stuff with that. Now, that's pretty cool on Steam. I think Steam's really picking it up and bringing back the PC gaming and
they've
console.
been step up for a long time.
Yeah, they're bringing their side of console, their experience with Half-Life and all their Valve games.
Content too.
Yeah, they're trying to bring it to a console, not to already out console, but a new console. They look like the new big boys that coming out.
Yeah, because I mean, Valve just seems so trustworthy out of all the things that we've been dealing with. I feel like if Valve was going to come out with something, I would trust it.
Oh yeah,
because they always come up with a fair deal. They make
indeed. I was very very excited to hear about certain games. Even PS4. I was looking forward to Destiny. They weren't there, and I just saw like little previews, little station of just previews. There wasn't any gameplay or anything. Halo 4. Or not Halo 5, which is supposed to come out pretty soon with the new Xbox, not there as well. So the choices that you got to play was pretty much just to test out the controller and the system, the console system. But the console for the Xbox One wasn't even there. So, I mean, what are we really testing? What are we there for? We're just there to play the game, really.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I was kinda just,
I was disappointed with the choice of games that they decided to bring. I mean, Rise was pretty cool, but I don't like that style of gaming. It's.
Well, what about that one? Gosh, I can't believe I forgot about it. It's the one where you're trapped in a mall. Uh,
Dead Rising?
Dead Rising, the
Oh,
newest
yeah.
one.
The newest one. They're
Looks
stepping that up.
amazing.
It does. They didn't have any gameplay. They just had little trailers.
I know, but I'm okay with the trailers because the trailers looked amazing. Like the
You
way
and your
it
eye
looks,
candy, man. You and your eye candy.
man. If
gotta
that's
actually
how
play
it
it.
plays out, if it comes out like that and not crash,
Well, okay. Every game's bound to crash. I mean, look at Star Citizen. Their first sites they launched it, crashed. I mean, there's so many people on
because
it.
of heavy volume. Oh,
Yeah, heavy volume. I mean, if
No, but just because of the
Dead-
size of information.
Dead
and
Rising
stuff.
3. Oh, you mean like size of games?
Yeah.
Well, the new Xbox One has a Blu-ray, so it's going to have a lot of content. You'll never see a loading screen. You'll load at the beginning. That's it.
I hope it stays like that.
No, that's it. You'll stay like that as is. Now, I don't know how it's going to come with downloading games into your console. I don't really like that kind of idea.
I remember the PS4 downloading. I heard it's like, I think it was like 5 or 8% of the people that were downloading for the PS3 Grand Theft Auto. What was it? What's the newest Grand Theft Auto 5?
Oh, yeah. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
That one, that I've heard that people complain and they said that basically the game won't start up. Like it's like, I think it's about 8 gigabytes or something of game information, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, gameplay's getting
That's
bigger.
huge.
It's getting bigger. Graphics are actually taking a lot, out of the system. So, I mean, it's about time for a new console, but I don't know. Steam is probably my main choice. If you're going to pick a console, pick the Steam console.
But we don't even know how it's going to come out.
I don't know yet either.
I already
But
know.
I already know. I recommend it. I mean,
I'm gonna tell them not to yet.
you can
because-
play PC games on this console game. So you can bring PC gaming to your console. That's what I'm really looking forward to. You can still use your keyboard and mouse, or you can use the new gamepad. You can even use the gamepad for PC games. You can use you can use an Xbox One too as well because it's USB. But yeah, I'm definitely hanging out there for Steam. I want to try it. I'm looking very forward to it. I mean, Microsoft hasn't really done anything. I mean, they're working their stuff. But,
other than give us Halo.
but
And
I
that
mean,
was like a long time ago.
PS3 ruined it for Sony, for me. Xbox One is ruining it. Microsoft for me. Steam, Nintendo. I like the
I
64.
love Nintendo.
Love the 64. Love the Wii. Love the GameCube.
I don't really get the Wii U because I feel
Yeah, I
like
don't
that's the
get that either.
coldest diss that you could do to gamers is give them a huge ass gamepad and say this is your new system for 8 years, and then like because that's the next gen, right? That's next gen Wii U. I feel like they kind of downgraded when they did that because it's like the whole thing is you got the Wii and the whole thing was basically it's moving away from
Handheld devices.
and then you're
interactive.
and now they went back to having a gamepad, and it's like now I just have a DS and a Wii, a very expensive DS in fact for me. But I still gonna get the Wii U because I love Nintendo. I love all the games they produce. I mean, it's always group family activity games. Like they always come out with something where you can enjoy it with a large group of people, and it has our favorite characters: Mario, Sonic. Who else? Now they're gonna get Mega Man and Smash Brothers.
Did you hear? Star Citizen just made $22 million.
Really?
Yeah, they broke that. They're probably the biggest crowdfunded indie game out there right now with Chris Roberts leading the way. They're actually doing a really good job, and so far, I mean, their community is probably the best community I've seen so far. Rome 2, when that came out, and still having problems. Community not so nice.
Really?
Star Citizen, even though it had problems at the beginning with its hangar module. Yeah, I mean, the community was very nice. I mean, they're understanding,
Well, there's a difference between
trying to help out
the people that in Rome's community and the people
yeah,
that are in this.
no, I think it's with most
because
games
everyone's
I've noticed
the game,
Yeah, because this is their money, this is their game. They want to see it succeed. They want to help out as they can, where they can, and so I mean, in a sense, they feel like it's everyone's baby. I mean, Chris Roberts, yeah, he's the one that led the charge, but like we're all part of it. they gave us that feel that we're a part of it. We want to help. And this community is just growing off of that. Not many other games are doing that.
So you guys are like slowly like accepting. Oh yeah, if you guys
Crowdfunding,
bucks,
definitely
we'll
look
help
into
you
some of the
out.
Kickstarter games coming out. I mean, a bunch of them like Kenshi. That's coming out. Pretty fun. Greenlight game. It's pre-access right now. I mean, they're just now getting sound into their games, and very fun. Very fun. I mean, when you crowdfund and you pitch in, you feel like you're doing something. When you play this game later on, you're like, you know, I'm really glad I'm supporting this game. Maybe there's something else I can do, and you'll feel more like more of a connection, more need, more drive to help out, and more belonging. You know, whereas Rome 2, you're just like, I'll play it, and you know, I'll play against you, play you, and then it's like, oh, whatever.
I just wish that the prizes they gave out were, you know, for each amount, like there was a level stepped to like it keep getting better, you know. Because sometimes it's like you get a T-shirt, you get something else, but I feel like if you're putting money in it, it shouldn't be just like a T-shirt where you could buy it anywhere.
Well,
it has to be
some Kickstarters are doing like little. They'll have a list of things that they'll have. They'll have like the lowest amount of donations and the highest amount. Now, in between this list, they'll list all the things. Like Contagion's coming out very soon. I actually backed that as well, and I got the 4 copies. So I pitched in the $45 one. And I forgot what the name of the title of that donation is, but I get 4 copies. I get a flashlight, and I get a soundtrack, I believe.
Oh wow, that's
so
nice.
yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. You know, I get to play with 4 friends. You know, you're one of them. Liza's gonna be the next, and then trying to find my 4th. I don't know which one's gonna be out of my late night clan members. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to play that game as well. I'm glad that there's different levels of donations, and they list it.
Yeah.
They always list it.
Yeah,
what you're getting, and you know how much you're donating. Everything counts when it comes to Kickstarting.
Well, I mean, like, I'm just saying that there are some Kickstarters where their lists seem very reasonable. Like, it makes sense to me because it's like, oh, if you put like $50 or $60, we'll give you some sketches. You know, I want something that normal players cannot get because they didn't.
But see, this is where the problem with most game developers is they'll get complaints with other players saying, "How come I can't get that?" You know, like I love this game and I want to play it more, but you're kind of like favoritism. Like these guys funded you earlier, so they're getting this, and I'm not able to get it ever.
Well, I mean,
it's
if
like
it's sketches, it's like.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
really
exclusion. It's
certain
just
things like maybe like
certain
that
aspects.
badge. You know what Star Citizen did? I'm using them a lot, but they actually have done a really great job. I'm very astounded with what they've done. They have golden tickets for members who purchased early, backed the project early, and I wasn't able to get it because I didn't hear about it until pretty much 6 months ago. And yeah, ever since then I've been onto it. But I'm hoping one day they'll have other cards that we can purchase, you know, saying that we are back in this project and we are members.
Well, the only thing that I'm sad about is I missed that opportunity where you can buy a ship and then have insurance for it for life.
Lifetime insurance.
And I was sitting there, I was like, what?
So, more on that favoritism. What do you think of that? I mean, they have to implement a way to give certain people a boost because they started funding, but at the same time, when they give stuff like badges and stuff, I mean, it does give a little.
I mean, okay, yes. I mean, there is going to always have the problem where if I get something, someone else is going to want it. But that's the importance. It's like when you do the Kickstarter, you don't know if it's going to succeed. You don't know when it's going to come out. And you're the people that create that foundation of fandom to, you know, you're the people word of mouth, getting people interested. Like, you talked about Star Citizen, and that's a big independent game that is basically, for me, word of the mouth, you know? It's like, you told your friends, you told everyone you know, you got excited about it, and you put a lot of money into it, you know? Yeah. So for me, it makes sense that he has all the prizes and all those unique items that come with it, because he was there to help basically make sure that this succeeds, this project does succeed.
Well, you know, I put a lot of money into Star Citizen, and, you know, I don't really go into it expecting more than just a good game.
Yeah, but it's just nice to get that fan appreciation. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you deserve it, kind of, in my mind. If you found out about the game, you love the game, basically you want to see it become something, and you're willing to even put in your hard-earned money to see that it reaches, its goal, then you deserve a little bit something different that some other gamers who just found out about it 2 or 3 years later into its, prime, and then you just deserve something cool to show them. Like, I got this for doing it. So,
Very good point.
yeah.
Very good point. Well, I think that's it for time here. That should be it for now. We'll see you next time. This is your host, LBV Will, and Commander Guts. See you next time.
All right.